And welcome back to the Delaware Boys Dynasty Football Podcast. Ryan, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. You already know the deal. We told you last time. We're here again, still with these rookie profiles. Today, one of my favorite prospects. I have a lot of favorites in this class, let's be honest. But today we get to cover Georgia Bulldogs tight end, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. What a hell of a name. Yeah, before we get started, shows today, Thursday, and I can't do Saturday, but we're going to do Sunday. Three episodes this week. Going to keep these things rolling. Eventually, we'll get into some mock drafts here before long. Other than that, Ryan, that's all I got, man.
That's it for today.
That's all I got for announcements.
All right. Further ado, Brock Bowers, tight end number one in this class, obviously. Absolute dog.
Figuratively and literally a dog.
Literally. That being said, just to kick things off, I think it's a good thing to get out of the way early. Him and Kyle Pitts kind of have a similar, upcoming as far as prospect at the tight end position. Do you feel like Brock Bowers is the better prospect between the two, or do you think Kyle Pitts still holds that title as far as best tight end prospect to come out in a while?
They're both really good, man. Top of notch SEC competition. Both balled out at their respective colleges and in their respective college timelines. The biggest issue with me is I think Kyle Pitts can attack the seams vertically at a better rate than Brock Bowers can, but I think Brock Bowers is better in traffic. I think there's a lot of things that stipulate them as different prospects, but from an athletic standpoint, they're probably the top two that I've ever seen outside of Vernon Davis back in the day out of Maryland.
Sure.
If I had to pick,
Vernon Davis was a dog.
If I had to pick one, I'm going to say Brock Bowers is the better prospect.
I lean slightly towards Brock Bowers myself. And call it what it is, but I don't know. I just feel like Pitts, you didn't really know much about Pitts till probably his sophomore year. I feel like as soon as Brock Bowers entered college football, he was known as the guy. I mean, he came out blasting his freshman year, 13 touchdowns, 850 plus yards, somewhere in that ballpark. He's been absolutely balling his entire time in college.
Yeah. He's an absolute beast. It comes down to right fit, because obviously we've seen Kyle Pitts, play well in the league.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith has kind of, reduced that production to a certain degree. Now we get to see him without Arthur Smith. So we'll hold on to the comparisons, but they're going to be compared a lot, I personally think, in their day here. Two tight ends in the league, both under the age of 24. Kyle Pitts is 23, going to be 24 next year. So they're going to draw a lot of comparisons. Like I said, people, please don't forget about Vernon Davis and how good he was out of Maryland as well. But further ado, let's get into the profile. Brock Bowers, like Ryan said, an absolute beast of a man. 6'4", 240 pounds, 4'4", 840. That's ridiculous, by the way, for a 240-pound man. 4.35 shuttle time in high school, 41.5-inch vert. Athletic specimen.
Yep. Bro is a true problem.
Athletic specimen. The biggest number I want to point out here, 136.5 QBR when targeted.
Right. And just another thing that I just read I did late prep on this one, which is pretty rare for me. But I think I saw in the notes, out of his 714 yards he had this year, I think 345, somewhere in that number, was after the catch, led all tight ends.
479.
479.
That's in my
more
notes.
than half of his yards came from after the catch, which goes to show a lot. Which I think goes right into my first pro, was with the ball in his hand, dude will run through somebody.
Yeah.
No doubt. He does not hesitate whatsoever.
Yeah.
If he wants to get through you, he's going to get through you.
See, the thing is on top of the fact of what you bring up with his yak ability, a lot of people aren't going to sit here and categorize this as a pro. But look at his energy. Look at his motor. Look at the way he operates on the football field. He does not stop his legs from churning. He keeps moving. He's going to break through 1. He's going to break through 2. He's going to break through 3. Whatever he has to do to get a first down, gain extra yardage, whatever the situation may be on the football field, he's going to do it. So when you talk about his yak ability, I like to pair that with the conversation of like his high energy and his high motor, and he just doesn't stop. Dude does not stop.
Not until, like I said, not until you make him stop. He ain't doing it. And I know like he gets like the whole undersized argument too, 6'4", 240, but he doesn't really play like that. He plays as bigger than he is on the field. Especially when it gets to the secondary against those safeties and DBs, he's just kind of getting through them if he can.
Yeah, also remember too, Travis Kelce came out of Cincinnati at 235.
Yeah. So he's got time.
He's got time. He's got time to grow into the frame. He's got time to add the muscle. My biggest thing I want to point out is the size and the athleticism. It's a rare blend. You don't see it very often. You see these tight ends come and run low 4.5s, 4.6s, things like that. This dude, on top of the fact that he's 6'4", 240, can line up anywhere on the football field, can beat you from any point on the football field. He runs a 4.48, and that's unofficial as of a high school time.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's going to run at the combine. This dude, he's just a rare specimen, like I said. He's one of these guys that I love. Like I said, I highlighted that Kyle Pitts typically doesn't love to play in traffic. You didn't really see that on his Florida tape. He really kills you in the red zone in between, in that area. This dude will beat you on all 3 levels. All 3 levels of the field, this dude will beat you. And he's not afraid to beat you physically, or he's going to beat you with a finesse and go vertical. He can beat you any way he wants.
Yeah. I think it's just like another touch on in his entire career. Obviously, he's played every game with Georgia since he's been there. He's been the guy there. 72%, closer to 73% catch rate. I mean, you talk about guys got surefire hands, throwing the ball. He's probably going to catch that thing.
Absolutely.
I think everybody we covered, I think he has the highest catch percentage out of all 3.
He does.
So, do what you want that information.
Last thing I really want to pinpoint about Brock Bowers' game. Brock Bowers is not afraid to high point the football. That man is not afraid to play in traffic. He's not afraid. When he catches the ball, he catches it strong. There's no question if the ball's going up 90% of the time, it's coming down with Brock Bowers. And I love to watch this kid play. And he plays strong at the catch point. What I mean by that is he's not afraid to extend his body to go out and get the football. He's not going to wait till the ball comes to him. He's going to go get the ball, and he's going to go get it aggressively. And I love to watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've touched on all, unless I'm missing any. Oh, just to give him credit. I don't think he gets enough credit for it with his blocking skills. I mean, he's not all the way there yet. Sure, he can have some improvement, but I mean, that's why you go to the league. He's still got some things to work on, but he can work that at the next level. As of right now, I think he has a solid base to become more of a blocker in the NFL, which is always huge for tight ends, despite him being undersized and all that. But if you can get a blocking tight end, you've seen it before, like George Kittle. Brock Bowers is going to be one of those guys that's going to be on the field at all times for their offense.
Yeah. See, the thing is like he's always going to be on the field. We've seen Kittle, and I point this out. We've seen Kittle's blocking ability actually hurt him at the tight end position when it comes to fantasy.
Yeah.
So chalk this up to what it is. He may be on the field at all times, but just know that it can hurt him in the fantasy aspect. But I do like that he's going to be on the field and he's going to be involved early and often. So as Ryan and I like to say here, we do say no prospect is perfect. There's really not much to point out here. The fact is like Ryan said, he was 230 in college. He gained 10 pounds in 3 years. He's 240, probably going to be a little over 240 when he comes into the NFL. Typically, I'm going to say that's undersized for the tight end position. I don't know how big I want him to play. Honestly, I'm good. If he plays at 240, 250. Yeah. I don't want him to get massively big and lose the step. Because I think he has elite burst from a tight end and, just off the line of scrimmage that we don't see very often. So that's a con, I guess, but is it?
Is it or is it not? I mean, I think there's another thing that obviously if you watch the tape, you can really break down and look at is like he doesn't have the greatest release off of defenders. That's the biggest thing for me. And obviously for any tight end, he can probably work on the route tree. Those are the only two big negatives he has. And it's just more stuff he can work on going forward. Like you said, no prospect's perfect. even the best prospects still need time in the league to work things out.
Yeah, and I'm not really worried about it. I mean, man, press coverage. I mean, how often are you seeing that in the NFL today? You see a lot of zone coverage. I mean, you do see in certain situations with these tight ends, you're going to typically draw your best safety or, DB, nickel DB, and things like that. But I don't think there's anybody in the NFL that I'm scared of to say that Brock Bowers can't beat one-on-one.
I'm sure there's a few if we thought really hard about it, but
Right. I mean, I get it. If you're really going to try and break it down. But I mean, honestly, though, if I'm taking my chances all game, Brock Bowers one-on-one with anybody, Brock Bowers is going to come away with something nasty.
Yeah.
I know my cousin's watching this tonight. He's a big Georgia Bulldogs fan. So he really wanted to see some Brock Bowers stuff. So here we go, baby. We're going to jump into some tape breakdown. I want to start off with this. I just think this is a crazy, crazy catch just to see. This is a lot of concentration on this as well. Let me make sure I see that. Yep.
Talking about the catch on the sidelines.
Yep. I want to pull this up here, guys. I just want you to notice this here. This is just a route off the sideline here, off the left hash. He's just getting draped by this DB. Ball's tipped off the helmet, comes back, secures the catch, and he works.
Still going. Yep.
Takes it to the house. The thing that you notice here, Ryan, in this tape is the fact that even though he's not open, he's open. Great concentration by Brock Bowers there. Great defense by the DB. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not because it was phenomenal defense. But just better concentration, a better ability to see the ball, adjust to the ball, and he takes it to the house.
Yeah, I love that play. And like you said, you touched on it already. Just the concentration, stay on that ball while still moving and come with more yardage out of the catch. I mean, you see a lot of those where the guy kind of has to turn, secure the ball, and that's kind of where it's at. But for him to hold concentration and still be able to move past that is impressive.
I want you to
– I mean, to be honest with you, Brock Bowers tape, few and far between. A lot of these clips, we've been breaking them down. These really aren't two breakable down plays. These are just Brock Bowers on display as an absolute monster.
I want you to break this one down because this definitely shows off his yak ability. I'm going to let you go ahead and just talk of this tape.
Yeah, so like I said, a lot of these is like already mid-play, so we don't know how far that was. But just to see him, look at all these guys. There it is. It's a little runoff. All these guys, he absolutely just plows. There's a kind of reference to him earlier. If he can get past you, he's definitely gonna try. I mean, see a 1, 2, and then he's out of bounds. I mean, that was 3 separate plays there. I know it kind of looks like all the same one, but 3 straight plays of him just absolutely plowing through defenders, ruining their days. And he's
first play, there was 4 defenders that missed Brock Bowers.
And there was 3 on the second one and 2 on the last. But he was getting also shoved out of bounds in the process of the last play. But like you said, you really got to have defenders. I think it might take more than one at times, even in the league, to bring this man down. Yeah,
absolutely. The next one I want to show, just you talk about catch percentages. You talk about how surefire his hands are. Let's pull this up. This right here is absolutely filthy here. So Carson Beck is an RPO situation here. Just watch this ball. There's nothing this kid can't catch. That's fucking unreal.
One-handed.
I just want to run that back one time.
Yeah, look clean. Look at the scoop. Really, he doesn't even catch it with a hand there. He just stops it in its place and it brings it up.
This is beautiful. Like I just okay.
I mean, it's definitely one of those plays you sit there and watch all day.
Yeah. So again, this right here, you know what I mean? Again, remember, we've watched hours of Brock Bowers tape. These are just plays to highlight our pros, what we're talking about, and just things so you guys can see them. But if a tight end you have on the field can do that in the middle of the field, secure that with 3 fingers, maybe 4, I don't know what it was, but it's clean. It's absolutely clean. And you just know this dude's going to be a game changer. Absolute game changer.
And just to put a bow on everything, as far as best team fit goes, I personally think best possible landing spot for him is probably the Los Angeles Chargers. Where are you sitting at? Where are you sitting in?
I think the Chargers are the Jets.
Chargers, the Jets. Jets, I don't hate either.
That's where I have him going. And last play here.
Nice. Yeah, he's just running. Was it 75-yard touchdown here? Oh, no, this wasn't the 75-yard. I apologize.
No, it was like a 35-yard touchdown RPO off the middle here.
I meant to send you a 75-yard touchdown. Crap. Oh, well. But, yeah, this is still another just – look at him go, man. At that size, running an unofficial 4.48. He can go to the pro day and run a 4.52, and I'm still happy with it, if I'm being honest with you.
And I'll be honest with you, too. I mean,
anything
if we remember that game,
wild.
If we remember that game, the Georgia Bulldogs were not playing well. Believe it or not, Brock Bowers got hurt in that Auburn game with a shoulder injury, comes back in the third quarter. That's a 2020 game mid-third quarter, and that's a game-changing play. He's a game wrecker. He absolutely changed the landscape of that Auburn game. On the road, big-time moments, big-time players come up in big-time moments. Brock Bowers, I just want to ask you a quick question. Where do you have him on your dynasty tight end landscape? Where does he fit?
I don't know. As far as like dynasty rankings go, it's tough to say because he hasn't played a snap on the field, right? But it'd be nice to see him play first. I kind of have him around the 2-3 area. I don't think I can put him above Laporta yet. I think that'd be unfair. And then everybody else is kind of like aging tight ends. You can say Trey McBride, but I'm not all the way sold on that if they're going to bring in probably Marvin Harrison or a wide receiver in this offseason. So probably I'm a little bit undecided, probably at the 2 spot for me right now.
So let's say Brock Bowers, to be safe, comes in automatically top 4 dynasty tight end.
Yeah. Would you have Mark Andrews over him?
I do currently.
I kind of forgot about it. That's why I say 2-3 probably.
I do currently.
I forgot about
currently
Andrews.
have him. Hawkinson's weird with the ACL injury, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, worst case scenario, we're talking top 4.
Top 4 for sure. I forgot about a couple of guys there. Shame on me, dude. Look at me. God, I'm still caught up in these rookies. I'm forgetting about the solid guys out here. God.
But other than that, I mean, there's not much I can say that's bad about Brock Bowers.
Right.
We had 14 people in the show, so if you guys were here, we appreciate you. Again, Thursday night, me and Ryan will be here. That will be Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is one of Ryan's favorite prospects. I'm a little bit weary on the prospect itself. And then Sunday,
Rome?
Troy
Franklin?
Nah, I like Troy Franklin. I'm going to go with Troy Franklin. Let's do some Troy Franklin. Other than that, guys, that's going to be the schedule for the week. Ryan and I, again, we appreciate you, RPO. We appreciate you, Yards Per, for allowing us to do this. Ryan, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. For those of you that are still here, I'm assuming you're probably our loyal people. We had a video hit 1,000 views for the first time in our career in podcasting. Just huge milestone for us. If you watched that video, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. We'd love to keep grinding those out, but we know 1,000 is not achievable every time. But thank you so much for the support we've received the last couple weeks. And that's about all we got for the night.
Oh, also, too, 3 TikToks, straight TikToks over 1.6K. Caleb Williams at 3K, Marvin Harrison at 2.6 last time I looked, and George Pickens at 1.6. Again, I just want to say this. If you're still here, Arthur Smith was just hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers as the offensive coordinator. So when you watch that video, watch it with a grain of salt. That was before the hiring. Other than that, again, thank you guys for tuning in if you're still here. And on that note, we are out.